Welcome once again, family. We are looking at Mnangagwa'S continued incarceration of Mike Chimombe and Mpofu. And this incarceration is going to be backfiring very, very soon. Because Mnangagwa is busy trying to cover up for the ZEC deal. The ZEC deal, which involves Wikne Uchivayo, is what Mnangagwa is trying to cover up for, because he does not want ZEC to be touched. If ZEC is touched, it means his presidency is going to be touched. So after Wikne Uchivayo is exposed and a lot of talk started to happen in the country, Mnangagwa has decided to make Chimombe and Mpofu the sacrificial lambs to try and divert the attention of the Zimbabwean people from the issues that are at hand right now. Priscilla Chigumba, Chivayo, and the CIO boss, as well as the people like Rushwaya, who are in the president's office, all these people, they are responsible and they know exactly what transpired when it comes to the issues of the election. So right now, Mnangagwa continues to keep these guys in prison and is denying them bail. And very, very soon it's going to begin to backfire, because they do have their own connections and people that are also very powerful who are beginning to complain and becoming annoyed by what Mnangagwa is doing to them. From our sources, we are receiving that the continued incarceration of these guys is now beginning to create tensions right from inside ZANU PF. So it seems like Mnangagwa is always rocking the boat. While he tries to cover up for one problem, he creates another. So Mnangagwa is a man who digs a hole to cover up another hole. So he will always have problems that are surrounding him time and again, because what he thinks is a solution becomes yet another problem, another open gate to another problem again that is coming after him. So we do understand that the guys have quite a number of influential people that are in support of them, that have also been connected to them one way or the other, and they are beginning now to talk against their continued incarceration. Mnangagwa knows what game he's playing, because the game is about to save the son. The son has to be saved. Wikne has to be saved, because Wikne does have a direct influence on what happened to the elections. And apparently the two guys, Mpofu and Chimombe, they do know exactly what happened with the deal of ZEC. And they also know what happened with the elections. These guys know the truth about the election results and how they were manipulated. And if Mnangagwa continues to victimize them the way he does, there is a possibility that a leakage is going to start happening right now about the true results of the election. And once that happens, it's not going to be working good for Emmerson Mnangagwa and ZANU PF. So we will continue to be watching and seeing what is happening. So the guys have continued to be incarcerated, and the lawyers have been also explaining what has been happening and why the guys have continued to be in the prisons. But all that we know is that this is just a gimmick that Mnangagwa is playing. Let's just listen to the lawyers as they spoke after the guy's bail was denied at the courts.
We are now coming from court. Unfortunately, our clients, that is Moses Mpofu and Mike Chimombe, were denied bail in the magistrate court. We do not agree with that judgment, but we respect it. As lawyers, we are officers of the court, where we are disgruntled by a judgment. If you are in an inferior court, you approach another court. So our instructions from our clients were that in the case that the magistrate court denies us bail, we would appeal to the High Court. And that is precisely what we are going to do. We respect the court's judgment, but we do not agree with it. There are several issues that we think if we take it to the High Court, there is a likelihood that the High Court might find differently.
So, of course, that's what they think. That's what they are saying. But the truth of the matter is that whether it's the magistrate court or the High Court, it's still one and the same thing, because the one who gives the go-ahead for any bail to be given or anyone to be released, it still remains Emmerson Mnangagwa. So these are just Mnangagwa's, kangaroo courts, where no truth is happening in there. People might talk about this or that. See what has just happened to Timber in the 78. After the magistrate refused, they went to the High Court. The High Court still refused to grant them bail for a crime that you'd be so surprised. The same crime last time that Job Scala was asked to pay a fine for, and you'd find that the same kind of crime, somebody else is sent into prison for a long time. And there's no consistency in the courts of ZANU-PF, and you'd find that this is how they do. The way that Mnangagwa feels in a particular day, if he feels happy that day that he might feel like releasing somebody, then somebody may go home, and somebody may, the other person may languish in prison for this very same crime just committed on a day that Mnangagwa will be down and just feeling like he's not happy or he's angry or something like that. And that is the kind of Zimbabwe that we live in, and it's a pathetic banana republic, a state that is not a state at all.
We do not take these things personal. We are professionals. We do our work within the confines of the law and what is allowed in terms of the law.
What is the reason?
Okay. There are quite a number of reasons, but the court held that they were flight risk, that they were facing a serious offense, that they would likely cause public despondence and disharmony if they are released on bail. There are quite a number of reasons that were cited. But as I have said and indicated, we want to test the correctness of that judgment in the High Court.
So that's what is happening. That's what has just happened in the courts. And of course, like we are saying, we know that these are just political issues. These are issues that have to do with Emmerson Mnangagwa and him trying to protect himself. And it has nothing to do with the real incarceration of these guys. These guys, if they really were supposed to be arrested, they should have been arrested long back. But the moment they had a fallout with my son, that's where all these problems started. And unfortunately, like I'm saying, the guys have also very sensitive information, and the guys that are also powerful in ZANU-PF who are also connected to these guys are beginning already to make complaints about their treatment and things like that. And that could lead to the release of the proper election results that Mnangagwa trampled with during the 2023 election. So let's continue to watch and see how far this is going to be going to, as Mnangagwa is going to be likely facing a backfiring of this very issue. Many things at the end of the day will backfire to Mnangagwa, because at times he does things impulsively. He does not, consult when he wants to do what he has to do. And some of the moves that he does will be proper mistakes that might end up working against him. So let's continue to watch and see how far this is going to go. So for those that have not subscribed to this channel, or those that are discovering us, subscribe to the channel, like and share. You will continue to receive notifications each time that we are on. Remain blessed till we meet again in the next show. You are blessed.